Good evening and welcome to FTRF1. It's Premier Division, it's Season 4, and we are in Austria. If you've missed us over the last 4 weeks, don't worry, we are back now. We're back for many weeks. I think 21 weeks, 20 races, 1 break. And we are in Q1 here in Austria. I believe it will be pretty much a dry race today. We don't see anything on the weather, but things can change and we can get a surprise every now and then. Thanks to the 2 viewers who are on. Good evening and welcome. If you can please let me know if the sound and everything is okay. I'm still figuring out my settings in this new game. Sorry for the silence there. I was just introducing the car engine sounds. Sounds like that's better now. And then we have a good evening there from Killer Bean. Hello, Ronald. Clive Adams says loud and clear. Let me just put up some of the telemetry. Yeah, let's see what tires. Everyone out on softs, no surprises there. We've got full qualifying, so there's Q1, Q2 and Q3 tonight. Normally Q1 we look for the top 15. There are only 15 drivers, so everyone gets a spot to go through Q2. So I don't think the times will be necessarily crazy in Q1. I think guys will use the opportunity to get out there, get their eyes in. We are on the new game, F1 2021, brought to you now not only by Codemasters, but their new owner, EA Sports. And from what I can see in the broadcast views, in the spectator menu, things don't look too different. The only main thing you see is at the bottom, whichever driver I'm on board. Right now that is Warlock. You will see, I can see his how much ERS he has, bottom left hand side. As the race goes on, we'll explain that a bit better. You can see his RPM, for what it's worth, goes up to about 13,000. You can see the gears from 1st to 8th, and you can see their speed, you can see their fuel, you can see when they apply light. Now you see the green bar on the right hand side of that telemetry is showing full power. Goes off the power, you can see how much brake they apply, so we can maybe see a bit of driver styles a bit later. Let me see who else should be on a lap. Quick Killer 21 in the Williams, whose livery looks much better this season. Of course, Williams scoring double points this weekend in Hungary, so Quick Killer and Killer Bean, who's the other driver. Let's see where Killer Bean is on track. Ronald. He just puts in a time, 104.7. Also on the stream, Gerard, how's it, Gerard? Sublime Full. Sublime Film saying, come on Red Bull. And Ruan, how's it, Ruan? Nice to see you around again. Yeah, guys have put in laps so far. Speed Alcoholic 104.1, Warlock 104.1, Razor 104.5. I know Razor can do better, he's holding back, I think. Killer Bean, I know you can do better, Ronald. 104.7, Zero to Cool, 106.0 can smash that 106, he's holding back. And there we've got Yaku Nagel 112.1. Rest of the guys, they are still on out laps or on hot laps at the moment. As we follow Manu, he has invalidated. Let's find Super D, who starts his hot lap. And what you'll notice straight away is the visuals are much nicer in this 2021 game. The graphics are really good, especially if you're in the car. Let me go on board with Super D for a second. As a driver, it's a very different experience. They've also updated the game with a more realistic feel of the curbs and the track and the type of surface, and a couple of bumps have appeared that we're not used to from the last game, F1 2020. So that makes it for way more exciting driving. As we see Super D here in the final sector, in a very cool looking Alpine with a 103.5. Well, that's more or less the times we'd expect when qualifying ramps up a bit later. Let's see who else is out on track. There we go. Abilach, he looks like he's on a hot lap, also about to finish. Yeah, he's not pushing too hard by the sounds of it. Yep, I think he's going to do another lap. He may have had a issue on his first lap. We'll follow him around again. Looks like Josh put a time in as well. 104.2, Manu 105.3. These are the guys. Let's see who hasn't put a time in. Quick Killer who's in the pits, Wezo in the pits, Ruan in the pits, and Bob in the pits. Let's hope they come out pretty soon. There's still a bit of time left in the session. As we see yellow flag, sector 2. Looks like a very slow moving AlphaTauri. It was Josh. I think he may have just retired from the session. I don't think anything happened there. Avilach, by the way, does eventually get a time in 103.9 at his second attempt. That's more like it. I thought Manu was on a lap, but doesn't look like it. There we go, Bob. He's on an out lap, about to start a lap. Let's follow Bob around in the AlphaTauri with the best looking white wall rims. They should definitely get extra points for that. Good looking car. I think the white rims allow you to do a bit of drifting as well. Bit of a rally car setup there. Yeah, and while we watch the guys go round and round, let me just go and find for you the driver lineup for the season. There we go. Used to be called Tier 1, now rebranded as Premier Division. In the AlphaTauris, we have Buddies and Manu. Looks like Buddies is not here with us tonight. Although Warlock is in the other AlphaTauri, so it's obviously Warlock and Manu. In the AlphaTauris, we have Josh Willis and Bob. In the McLarens, it's Ruan, who is busy putting on a lap, so we'll watch Ruan, and also Jakub Nagel. In the Red Bulls, it's Razor and Avilach. In the Alpines, Super D and Tormund Kills. Sorry, Tormund, we haven't seen your lap or anything. We'll try watch you in Q2 or Q3. In the Williams, like I said earlier, it's Killer Bean and Quick Killer. Quick Killer is still in the pits, hasn't put a lap on, not sure what is happening there. And then in the Mercs we have Saggy Fatface, who I think has changed his PSN to Crazy European, not with us tonight. The other Mercedes is Wezo, and Wezo is in the pits. He will not be taking part in qualifying tonight. A bit of a timing issue, but he will be here for the race. Start from the back of the grid. Gives him lots of opportunity to show some overtaking skills. And in the Aston Martins, Top Dog, I don't see him in the lobby tonight, but also Zero Too Cool. Zero has put a lap in, but I know Zero can go quicker, so we'll watch out for Zero later. And in the Ferraris, only one Ferrari driver at the moment, which is Speed Alcoholic. Currently in fourth, 1041, maybe a bit more to come there. And that's it for tonight. We've got 15 drivers in the lobby. As 4 minutes to go, only Quick Killer and Wezo. There we see Wezo now is on an outlap, so Wezo will give us a flying lap. There we go. That's what we like to see. So as it stands at the moment, we have Super D, Bob, Avilach, Speed Alcoholic, Warlock, Torment Kills, Josh, Razor, Zero Too Cool for you, Killer Bean, Manu, oh, and Wezo off the track. Must have had a lapse of concentration, not a common place to go off on an outlap. Hopefully his tires, they should be fine by the time he gets to the start-finish line. May just have to take it a bit easy through this final sector. The game does affect your tires as you go off. Should be a bit colder, a bit less grippy, but by now I think when he goes into the first corner everything should be fine. There we go, it's showing us Wezo purple first sector. We'll follow him around his lap. Left it very late. I think he was held up at work this evening, but I also see Quick Killer is also on an outlap now, so that's good. Means all the guys are going to be able to put a lap in. And as Wezo finished sector 2, it's showing purple again. So let's follow him all the way through the lap. Good time to go on board with him as the camera shoots him. You can see how bumpy it is in that sector. Throw it into both of these corners. So rewarding when you get it right. Short run to the line with DRS open, and he goes fourth with a 1041. Let's go catch Mr. Quick Killer, who's on his outlap. And let me take you through a lap at Red Bull Ring in Austria. Tuck it in that corner. Get the power on early. You can just thrash the power on when if you've got the line right. And then you can use the curb on the left to open up this corner. He misses the apex slightly, but seems to have gotten the power down on the exit, which is very important. In this new game, there's a bit of a bump in the road here, as you can see there, that can throw you off. Tucks it in nicely. Very sharp right-hander. Another DRS zone. This is quite a nice one for overtaking. Nice downhill. Got to be careful on the braking here. Then throw it in. You can touch those curves, as Quick Killer does there. You can ride it on the outside as well. That's nice about this 2021 game, is the curbs are a bit easier to ride. That is a bit too much curb. He would have lost a bit of time there. Maybe on the power a bit late, but he gets it on, and now it's just a very fast final sector. You can throw it in, you ride the curb if you need to. Don't invalidate on the outside. You can clip the inside and outside curb there, which Quick Killer doesn't do this time around, but it's good enough for 1046. And everyone has a time on. It looks to me like Quick Killer is going to take another lap. Always good in quali to, especially when they throw away tires like Q1's set of softs would be. You may as well go for a proper run, get your eye in. And the thing about the Red Bull Ring is these corners come one after the other. It's a lot about rhythm, it's a lot about settling into it. One lap quali is not the easiest to do around here. It generally gets easier in the race when you hook up lap after lap after lap and you get your eye in. Yep, Quick Killer definitely looks to be using more of the track this time around. Stays 104.6, but a good practice lap nonetheless. He'll be, if he has enough time, he can go once more round. Yeah, the time in quali has officially run out, so we will wait for Quick Killer to finish his lap and then we'll go through to Q2. So not too much action in Q1 just yet, but only 15 drivers, 15 go through. Not everyone did many laps, some folks just put in one lap and retired. Avilach, we saw him use 2, Tormund used 2 laps, Quick Killer, he's on his 3rd lap now. But Warlock putting 5 laps in, Zero putting 4 laps in. Maybe they did that for a bit of practice, and it looks like Quick Killer went a bit faster there in the end. There we go. Q1 done, and we'll wait for the lobby to load us into Q2. Reminder of everyone we've got here tonight at Super Deep Bob, Avilach, Wezo, Speed Alcoholic, Warlock, Tormund, Josh, Razor, Quick Killer, Zero to Cool for You, Killer Bean, Manu, Ruan, and Yakunacho. There we go. We saw last night as well. Apologies for that. There's a slight delay in loading between sessions. I'm not sure if it's one of the guys' internet or if it's something we have to look out for in this game, but already some guys piling up the pits. Let me get the telemetry back on. And I thought that may have been Josh. It was Warlock indeed, and it was Killer Bean. Racing each other already, these two. Does Warlock try to get past? It seems he's in a hurry to get his lap started. Didn't seem too naughty in the end. I think Warlock is just keen to get out and do a lap. I don't think he's necessarily worried about preparing his tires in a very slow way. There we go, our first timed lap of Q2, and it'll be Warlock who'll lay the benchmark down for us. Ooh, gets a lot of that yellow sausage curb on the inside. You see the rear of the car steps out, but he seems to have nonetheless got the power down. Sector 15.9. Let's just compare that to Killer Bean, who does a 16 dead. Killer Bean on the mediums, of course. Oh, you hear the car complaining in that first turn to get the power on. Beg your pardon, in that second turn. This game does have a few bumps on the exit of that turn, so it's a very interesting traction zone. If you get it right, it's so sweet. If you get it wrong, you have to be very patient on the power. Let's see, Warlock is about to complete his lap. Let's see what time he has is going to put on here for us on the soft. So you go first, of course, with a 103.9. That is pretty impressive. Now Killer Bean, 104.5. Pretty sharp, I must say. I'm trying to see who is next on track to finish a lap. It will be Speed Alcoholic. Hearing some funny noises there. I'm not sure if the game's playing tricks on us. His time seems pretty slow. Not sure if that was a proper lap, maybe abandonment. Not too sure what that's about. Seems to get going again. That's about the strangest thing I've seen. Anyway, Manu has put a lap in, also on the mediums, 104.6. I beg your pardon, on the softs. Yeah, a bit early to call, but I'll tell you what, there is... we are playing for something here in Q2. We're looking for the top 10. They'll go out into Q3 for the final shootout for pole. Let me just see who else is out on track. Oh dear. Speed Alcoholic now going completely off the track. Seems to have caused himself some damage. Let's see who else. There we go. Zero to Cool. Let's follow him in that very beautiful Aston Martin. Look at that. So Q2, we're looking for the top 10. The top 10 will go through. The top 10 will also start on the exact same tire they started the session on. So Killer Bean looking pretty good to start on a medium. Why that's important is that gives you almost a certainty that you'll be able to do a one-stopper. Although I think there's a call for a medium soft as a good strategy. I think you can maybe do a soft hard work as well. But most guys would prefer to start on the medium, but that does mean you have to have quite a bit of pace to beat the chaps around you and still get into the top 10. The Zero Tuku is about to start his lap. He is on the softs. And other guys on laps, by the way. Super D's also on a lap now. It looks like Razor is going to finish, or his teammate Abilach is ahead of him. There we go. Abilach, that is an out lap. He starts his flying lap. Attempting on the mediums. Good luck with that. There's Razor. Let's see what Razor can do. He's a pretty quick driver. I think he'll be able to make the mediums work. Let's see where his time is. 104.2. Blistering lap. Next guy across the line, that's Josh, also starting an out lap. So let me go back to 0. He is the first of the guys to cross the line, and he is on a hot lap. On the softs, I expect he will be in the low 104s, high 103s. Ooh, 105.9. He'll have to go again. He'll definitely have to go again. Then I think possibly Super D. Yep, that's... He on the medium does a 110, so he'll have to go again. Behind him... Looks like Yaku's about to finish a lap. As Ruan starts a lap. No, Yaku also only starting a lap. So a lot of guys out on laps at the moment. Speed Alcoholic gets a lap in, but it's a 1:15. No, I think he has been into the pits, replaced wings, and has come out again. I suspect that's what's happened. Although he... Yeah. And what is Mano doing? Mano is starting another lap, in fact, on the softs. As a Super D goes fastest on the mediums with a 103.7. Well done, D. Wow, what a lap. Bob goes even quicker, 103.5 on the mediums. So they are looking good. We'll watch out for that in the race. If they got that kind of pace on the mediums, I think we're going to go low into the 103s and come Q3. So that's exciting to watch. We'll watch out for that. I suspect they'll go to the pits and retire from the session as well. Surely that's good enough. Okay, so what do we have? A couple of minutes left in the session. We have Bob. We just saw that lap, 103.5 on the mediums. Super D 103.7 on the mediums. Warlock 103.9s. That's on the softs, and he's already left the session. So I hope Warlock does get through to Q3. Then Avilach, again took him 2 laps, but he's a 104.2. I think that's respectable. Torment 104.2 as well on the medium. Razor 104.2 on the mediums. Yaku Nachel 104.3 on the mediums. Quick Killer 104.3 on the mediums. Killer Bean 104.5 on the mediums. And Killer Bean is the guy to beat. And who moved up now? Wezo with a 104.1 on the mediums. So Killer Bean, yeah, he's in the pits. He's putting the softs on. He's going to, I think, out again. Try to get into the top 10. Zero, I'm not sure why Zero has only done a 105.4. Just struggling to get the lap together, I think. But I'm convinced he's going to pit into the pits now and get fresher tires. Yeah, absolutely. Ruan might be on another lap here, although he's already done 2 laps on those mediums. Yeah, he goes much slower than himself in sector 1, so I don't think Ruan is actually on a hot lap at all. And then Josh, he's in the pits. Yeah, 1:14 can't be his time, so I guess he had issues on his lap. He's in the pits at the moment. He tried those on the mediums. I guess he's gonna maybe swap them out for softs. But we'll keep watching that. Speed Alcoholic, he is still out there on those mediums. Still hasn't improved on that time of 1:15, so we'll see what happens there later. Yep, it's showing me Torment is on a lap here, but this must be an in-lap. Yeah, definitely. Doesn't seem to be pushing. He needs to save those tires now for the race. And I can't see how many minutes are left in the session because the yellow flag indicators keep popping up. There we go. Let's follow Ronald Killerbean. His first time was a 1:04.5. That was on the mediums. He's now on a brand new set of softs on a hot lap, trying to get back into the top 10, which I think he will do fairly comfortably. There's a lot of guys in the pits. A lot of them have selected the soft tires in preparation to come out again. And Killerbean, what does he do? I haven't been watching his sector times, but he crosses the line in 9th with a 1:04.3. Nice lap from Ronald to get himself back into the top 10. Just a few minutes left in the session, 2.5 minutes if guys want to put laps in, like Quick Killer and Zero Too Cool. They will do that right now. There is enough time here. It's only a minute and 15 seconds maybe, and you can start a fast lap. So let's see. Bob, Super D, Manu, Warlock, Wezo, Avilach, Tormund, Razor, Killerbean, and Yaku Nachel. That's your top 10. For now, those are the guys who are trying to get, have got a banker in to get through to Q3. And we can see Quick Killer, who we are on board with now, starts a flying lap. He is going to try improve on himself. Then we've got Zero Too Cool. He's half a second already faster than himself, so he's looking to dip into the 1:04s as well. He's trying it on a brand new set of mediums, so that's good. Nice to see him trying for that best strategy. You may as well do that. Ruan, Josh, and Speed Alcoholic, they're all on outlap, so we've got a bit of action coming our way pretty shortly. As we see Zero Too Cool in the best looking car on the grid by far, goes third with a 1:03.9 on the mediums. Fabulous lap. And I think we've got Mr. Josh Willis. There we go, he's just started his flying lap. Although he seemed to get off the power there, doesn't have DRS open. I think he's abandoned this lap. Yeah, he's invalidated it in the first corner, I think. So he is... I don't think there's much time left. We'll see now if he can start another lap. Speed Alcoholic, he is on a brand new set of tires, limping around somewhere in the second sector. So you should have time to start another lap. Yep, about a minute to go. Yeah, Yaku Nachel, he's out there on a set of softs. He's been pushed out of the top 10, so he wants to get back in. And this is flying lap, yep, but he's about 2.5 tenths quicker than himself. So he's also knocking on the door of the high 1:03s. If he can hook these last few corners up, he'll definitely be quicker than his medium tire time. And on the softs, Yaku goes 7th with a 1:04 dead. Yeah, let me go back to the best time so far. A few guys scraping through on mediums. Everybody else out on track, pretty much going for the softs to try and get through. Let's see, Razor, he's on a lap on his... in the first sector, only just faster than himself. He is, by the way, on a set of softs now. His previous time of 1:04.2 on the mediums, not good enough for the top 10, missing out by 0.04 of a second, so he has to push now on the softs. But that's fine, that's not the worst thing to start this race on softs. And of course, this is a home track for the Red Bulls here in Austria at the Red Bull Ring. Ruan goes second fastest with a 1:03.6. And a Razor crosses the line. He is quick enough now for the 1:03.9 to go into the top 10. And the guys who have lost out in the last few seconds is Wezo, Abilach, and Tormund. And none of those guys are able to put a lap in, so let me show you the guys who get a free tire choice tonight. They will not go through to the top 10. Unlucky for Wezo, whose time on the mediums was not good enough. Neither was Abilach, although I thought that was a very competitive time. And Torment as well. And then Killer Bean and Quick Killer, they also couldn't get to the top 10. But all of those get a free tire choice, which means they'll probably start the race on brand new mediums and kind of ensure that one stop does work for them. So here we go, very impressive 103.5 from Bob on the mediums. Ruan pretty sharp lap 103.6, he'll be on the softs. And then we go Super D, he is also on the mediums. Also very sharp lap 103.7. Josh on the softs 103.8. Manu 103.8 as well. Speed Alcoholic 103.9. Razor 103.9. They all had to seek the safety of the softs. And then Zero to Cool, also nice sharp lap 103.9 on the mediums. He's one of only 3 drivers, Bob, Super D and Zero, who gets through on the mediums. So well done to those 3. And then Warlock and Yaku, they also went for the safety of the softs in the end with a 103.9 and a 104 dead. And only less than a half a second that separate the top 10. So I think Q3 will be a closely contested battle. And I'm almost not surprised if a few guys didn't go through on the mediums. It's a very short track. This pack specifically is generally quite a tight racing group, so maybe the opportunity of the mediums is a bit of a tough challenge. But there we go. In Q3, let me get all my telemetry back on the screen. Drop a comment if you want to see anything else. Oh, Alfa Romeo just in front of the Aston Martin right at the end. And that Alfa Romeo is Warlock. He's shooting out the pits tonight. He is liking being the first man out on track. He also doesn't seem to hang around in his outlap. And I think this track, these tires last perfectly fine. You don't have to look after your tires too much. May as well give it a bit of a push and warm them up properly. And this is the track position. We've got Warlock. Looks like he's ahead of Super D. Expecting a big lap from Super D after what we saw in Q2. And there's the other man to look out for, Bob. But he's actually just behind his cousin Josh Willis. Both in the Alpha Tauris. So we'll see how they do tonight. We know they're both very quick drivers. And then we've got Zero. Then I think we've got Manu. Then Speed Alcoholic. And Razor will be the last one to do a lap for us. And let's go to Warlock, as he'll be the first guy to give us a pole lap, or at least a provisional pole lap. Car number 69. I wonder what that number stands for. Yeah, looks like clean enough for first sector. Into the downhill braking zone, throws it right as you get into this final technical sector where you get to play around with the car, throw it into corners, hang on for dear life, try to get the power on as soon as we can. There we go, Mr. Warlock, otherwise known as Austin, rounds the final turn, and he gives us a provisional pole time of 103.8. That is not too shabby. Let's see where Super D is on track. I'm expecting this to be blistering pace. 106.3. He'll have to go again. That didn't work out for him. I think next is Josh. I beg your pardon, Bob was we missed your lap there, Bob. 103.8 goes even quicker. And Josh's must have been invalidated. He's got to go again. Speed Alcoholic crosses the line. And it's a 103.6. That is a decent provisional pole time. Let's see what Razor's done. Mr. Nicholas 1042. I think Nick needs a bit of a focus lap and go again. I definitely think he's got more in the tank. Ruan, he's only starting his lap now. Zero's also on an out lap. Yakunachel still in the pits. Let me go with Josh Willis. He is not invalidated this time. He's on a second flying lap. Let me go on board with him, although it looks like he's running out of fuel. Does he peel into the pits? No, he's going to complete the lap. So on a nice low fuel. Does not invalidate there. Or has he? Oh no, he puts the time in 1:03.8. That's good enough for fourth. That's the second row. Well done, Josh. Okay, anybody else out on a flying lap? No, I don't think so. Let me follow Zero as he hits that sausage curb, rides it on the exit as well, puts the power down quite nicely there, and then be stable through this bump. Doosh. You can actually feel it on your controller. Tucks it in nicely, bumpy exit, but he gets the power on, smooth as you like. And then the lovely downhill braking zone. As far left as you can, chuck it in, rotate your car with those curves. You can ride it on the outside. Zero doesn't need to do that this time. And then these few corners are about timing. Throw it in, punch the power as soon as you can. Again, just time it, throw it in. Seem to get the power on just about perfect. And then this corner as well, another one, throw it in, he misses that apex on the inside. And that sometimes costs you a bit. Seems to be pretty solid all the way through, but a 1:03.9, that's a very good lap. It's good enough for 7th. There we go, who's this? Yakunachel in the papaya colored McLaren. He does touch that apex, he rides the... Yeah, he seems way more aggressive for this last sector. Has it paid off for him? Oh, 1:03.9. Very nice lap as well. And it looks like everybody's in the 1:03s. We just need Nicholas, Mr. Razor, who's in the pits to slap on a new set of tires and give us a 1:03 lap. And then Ruan, he must have crashed out of the session. I didn't see that happen. Sorry about that, Ruan. But he'll still start from 10th. And this is where we are right now. We've got Bob ahead of Super D. We knew they would be fighting it out. Surprise in the pack there. Speed Alcoholic with a beautiful 1:03.6. Josh completes the second row with a 1:03.8. And then it's very close from there. It's Warlock, Manu, Zero, Yaku, Razor. Let me just show you the gap, which I think I can do there. There we go. So from Super D all the way to 7th, by the way. That's how close that is. It's less than half a second. Let's see, Warlock. Okay, Warlock, he seems to have invalidated the previous lap. Oh, and he doesn't seem to be getting a lot of grip. Doing a bit of drifting around the first corner. The nice thing about F1 2021 is it does allow for a bit more slide through the corners, which is way more realistic. Formula 1 cars are meant to slide, so it's nice that it does allow for that. So if you see the rear step out a bit, it's not like the previous game where it means you've lost half a second. That might be okay after all. Let's just watch his sector times. I missed his first sector time, but he's about to, between the next two corners, complete sector 2. And how's Mr. Warlock going? He is 500ths quicker than himself. It says purple sector 2. Well done, Austin. And let's see, this might be good enough for 4th, I think. Depends on how he gets this last one. He seems to hook up that last corner quite sweetly. Oh, he's invalidated. He's invalidated. Unlucky. Unlucky Mr. Warlock. I think Super D is the next guy through. He's, ooh, there we go. 1.8 tenths of a second quicker than himself. So he's knocking on the door by Bob there. for the 103.3s. How does he finish the lap? Oh, just misses out by a tenth or so. 103.4, smashing lap by D. Bob goes even faster, beats his own time. 103.2 now, about a tenth faster than himself. That's quite a statement. Manu crosses the line and he's slower than himself. You may have time to go for another lap. Zero starts another lap. Razor has to go for another lap. And I think this is Warlock just peeling into the pits. And Super D, if he had enough fuel, it wouldn't have mattered. I think he's invalidated his lap. He will peel into the pits as well. Oh! Beautifully controlled pirouette. You'll have to get out the way now. Oh no. That is a collision between Bob and Super D. Yeah, nice to see Bob able to limp back to the pits. I can't see if he's got damage. Super D has been eliminated from the session. I don't know if he'll keep that second place spot. We'll have to see. Oh, biggish collision there. Zero to Cool did complete his lap. It's 103.9. Razor gets 103.6, bang on lap there for the second row. Josh is still on the lap that he's just started, so let's see Josh, who's just been displaced from that fourth position. Can he fight back? He's sector 1 times, yes he can. Josh is 1.5 tenths up on himself, so that means he is contending for that fourth place that we just saw Razor take away from him. Let's see who else is out. It looks like Zero is still out. On an outlap is Speed Alcoholic, Warlock, Yaku, Nahul. So we'll watch them. Yaku now on his flying lap, by the way. Let's just watch Zero. No, he's in the pits. Let's go back to Josh, who is a contender for the second row as he rounds the last few corners. Keeps it within track limits, only just, I suspect. Looked like a sharp lap. Oh, and he stays fifth. No, I lie, he went third with a 103.5. Yeah, and Carl Heltzinger, who's I think team principal for Aston Martin, says, let's go Zero to Cool for you. Bring home the points for Aston Martin. Currently 103.9, good lap, but it was only good enough for 8th. Razor's going quicker than himself on 3-lap-old softs. I did say earlier these tires do actually last quite nicely. I did also earlier tell you that it's about rhythm and the track ramping up, and Razor is showing that right now. And it does look like a few guys are out on track. Josh, no, he's not pushing anymore. Razor will be the next guy across the line. The time is up here in Q3. Bob and Super D first and second. Josh third. Speed Alcoholic gets himself into fourth. And now Razor is pushing like hell. Seems to be improving on his time. Where does he finish? Goes quicker but only stays fifth. Loses out by less than a tenth there. Speed Alcoholic, he crosses the line, 103.6, he stays fourth. And I think Warlock into the pits. Yaku Nahul, he's still on the lap, but slower than himself. I think that is qualifying. There we go. The guys all getting into the 103s. That was lovely to see. And I'll give you the rundown now. There we go. Bob and Super D, they did well in the low 103s, but Bob comes out on top with a blistering 103.2, beats Bob, Super D to pole by almost 210, so smashing lap from Bob, very well done. And then Josh, the other AlphaTauri, on the second row, he's in third. So that's looking good for AlphaTauri in this race. Speed Alcoholic, the only Ferrari, completes the second row. He's in fourth, and then Razor battled it out, but has to settle for fifth in the end. Warlock very nice in sixth. He's got his teammate just behind him, Manu, in seventh. And that's it for Q3. The race to come, it's a 50% race. I think it's 29 laps. There we go, as promised, sunshine in Austria at the Red Bull Ring. Here the countdown starts. 25 seconds to go. The guys are preparing their race strategies now, etc. Yeah, kudos to EA Sports and Codemasters. It looks like the lobbies are working really well. No major delays tonight. And don't get excited, that's just the formation lap. Yeah, and that's Bob ahead of Super D. Let me see what tires guys are starting on. There we go. Get all my telemetry back up. Bob and Super D blistering pace in all qualifying sessions. They will start on the mediums. Perfect race strategy, I reckon. And if they can hold position in the first few laps, I won't say they'll run away with it, but they'll definitely be the favorites for some podiums later on. Josh, he's on the softs. So is Speed Alcoholic. So is Razor. So they'll be quite feisty at the start, let's call it that. Keep it clean, boys. And then Warlock, he also got in on the mediums, so well done to him. Manu, he is on the softs. And Zero to Cool, he is the last guy who made the one-stop strategy a certainty. He's on the mediums in 8th. And then we've got the two McLarens, Jaco and Ruan did well to get into Q3. They'll be 9th and 10th. On the softs as well, so they could possibly move forward from there. And then Wezo, my man and fellow Mercedes teammate, he is in 11th, the first guy to get a brand new set of medium tires. That can mean something later on, so let's watch that. Behind him, a very worthy contender, Avilach, also brand new mediums. And then a strange call here, Tormund Kills, brand new softs. He'll probably do a soft medium. I think he is on quite a good choice here. He might move up a bit in the field. Other than that, I think Tormund is going to do the undercut as well and make soft mediums for him work for him. Watch out for that. Killer Bean brand new mediums and Quick Killer. Ooh, I like that brand new hards. He'll go long into this race. There we go. About to start. The grids all lined up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 lights. And it's lights out, and we are racing at the Red Bull Ring, and it looks like Bob has bogged down slightly, but he's still first going into the first corner. Has to run wide to avoid Super D. No contact made, but it looks like Super D is being swamped by the AlphaTauri. Here there's a virtual safety car, and it looks like Killer Bean is out of this race. That is terrible, terrible news. Let me just flick through. It was in the first corner. Pity I missed that, but there was quite a lot of action up front. Bob still leads this race. He's only just hung on to that. A lot of pressure from Super D. And Some beautiful looking cars, Alpha Tauris and Alpines fighting each other in the first corner. Josh almost made some moves there as well. Good that everyone kept it clean up front. Manu, he is now in fourth. Let me look at the position change. I think I do that. There we go. Manu, he's 3 places up. He's into fourth. Warlock, 1 place up. He's into fifth. Razor, he lost a place. He's in sixth, but still on those softs. So I think he can still get settled into this race. Razor, by the way, new to Premier Division, so maybe this takes. Let's give him the first 5 or 10 laps to for his nerves to settle among the big boys. And some guys have pitted. We'll follow that now. Zero to Cool in 6th, Yaku in 7th. There's a lot of changes right now, so I'll update us on the positions shortly. As I think some guys have pitted. Stops, there we go. Yeah, there we go. Thanks EA Sports and F1 2021 for playing games on me there. Okay, the only guys who have stopped is Quick Killer and Speed Alcoholic. Flicking down the pack, I'm not sure I saw anyone with damage. Let me drive on board the guys, then I can flick through, look back to the drivers behind. All look okay, Razor okay, 0. Hard to see with the heat coming out of the Honda engine of the Red Bull. Yeah, all wings are there, all end plates are there. Merc looking clean enough. Red Bull of Avilach looks okay. I can see no damage from any other drivers so far. Yeah, and the guys at the back, they have pitted. So they may have had some wing damage. Maybe they got caught up in something with Killer Bean. Sorry about that, Ronald. It sucks to go out on the first corner of the first lap or the first race of the season. Season 4 of FTRF1. This is Premier Division. We are under safety car. And so far the showdown has been Bob, Super D and Josh getting very racy at the start. Very clean as well. I'll commend the guys on that. Let's just see. I suspect safety car will be in this lap. If that is the case, we should get that message pop up from race control in the next few corners. Safety car in this lap, I called it. Let me go back to who is on what tires, because that's probably the most important thing to look at right now. So we've got Bob, Super D, Josh, Manu, Warlock, Razor, 0, Yaku, Ruan, Wezo, Avilach, Torment, Quick Killer, Speed Alcoholic, all still in this race. And you have a 10 and 14 chance of picking up points here tonight. And the safety car has left us. If I was Bob, I'd drop the throttle now because Super D is not far behind. And I think Bob is on the way now. Yeah, there's Bob. He's got a nice head start now. Yeah, it's 7/10 of a second. Super D did get ahead of Josh. Looks like they've dropped Manu and Warlock though. Oh, Warlock off the track. And he'll be passed by absolutely everyone now. I just think he got punchy on the throttle, lost the rear, spun it around. And Warlock all the way at the back. He's looks like he's about 4 seconds behind the pack, but running again anyway. Looks like we've seen some... There we go, there's a bit of action. Quick Killer He's got a bit of a fight going here with Warlock now. And a Warlock right on the backside of Speed Alcoholic. There we go. Closest battle on track is for 12th position between these three chaps. Warlock and Quick Killer hunting down Speed Alcoholic. Ooh, and I missed there. A collision between Warlock and Speed Alcoholic. And if Warlock is out of the race, will be another safety car. Speed Alcoholic, he will have damage from that, surely. Looks okay. Ooh, I'm not sure what's happening with this car. Oh dear, lap 5 only, can you believe it? 2 safety cars. And for now, this is how it stands. Bob, Super D, Josh, Manu, Razor, Zero, Yaku and Ruan, Wezo, Avila. Few guys have made up places and gotten into the points there. I'll show the position change shortly. Further back we've got Torment, Quick Killer and Speed Alcoholic. Speed Alcoholic seems to be catching up to the safety car pack. I don't think he at all lost a wing or anything. It looks like he's fairly damage free. Unlucky, it didn't go the same way for Warlock. He's out the race. He joins Killer Bean as the 2 retirees. 13 remain as we start lap 6 very shortly. Bob will catch up to the safety car. They'll probably spend at least a lap behind the safety car. The only people who have stopped so far, Quick Killer and Speed Alcoholic. The brilliant thing over here, I must say, if I just look at the guys on soft tires in front, Josh, Manu, Razor, Yaku, Ruan, what this is becoming, it's becoming a more comfortable one-stopper having started on those softs, so that will help them. The guys on the mediums, they are guaranteed now the one-stopper surely. No penalties yet to speak of. We haven't had enough racing laps. And I see Speed Alcoholic is now also out of the race. I didn't see any incidents there. He just seems to be gone. I wonder if that's just a retirement. But anyway, safety car is in this lap. So we'll race again. It's Bob, Super D, Josh, Manu, Razor. The winner so far, by the way, Manu up 3 places in only what I think was a lap and a half of racing. Brilliant racing. Zero up to, Yaku up to, Ruan up to, Wezo up to, Avilach up to, Torment up 2, and Quick Killer now up 3 places. There we go, Bob is warming his tires. Super D seems to be staying a bit closer this time. By the way, Josh is not going to let Super D get away from him again. I think Bob gets the run on Josh. No, I think Josh, Super D has caught it in time. He's only 4 tenths behind this time. And we are racing again at the Red Bull Ring. It's Bob, then to Josh. Looks like Razor and Zero are having some fun. Zero is down to 6th now. And behind him is Yaku. So Zero's had a terrible restart. And Yaku will get alongside. This is an up your braking zone so you can stick it nice and late. Yeah, gets the move done, Yaku. Experienced campaigner. And I don't know if Zero's got any damage or he's just suffering from the restart blues. But he's... oh, we see Wezo gets past Ruan. So a lot of action here at the restart. We'll keep watching these battles. They're close everywhere on track. Let me go to the front where things are unchanged. It is still Bob, and Bob is ahead of Super D. They are both still on the softs, on the mediums, I beg your pardon. They'll go for very long into this race. The safety cars really help them out as well. And then we've got I think DRS should be the next lap, so Super D will have to try keep it as close as he can. He's not close enough to make a move this time. It's 3/10. Following a car is a bit more detrimental in this 2021 version of the game. You do get a bit of that wash of dirty air in the corners, so you've got to compensate for that in your driving. We'll keep watching that. Super D is within half a second of Bob. Bob will be under a lot of pressure here to just keep it going, keep it quick. Looks like Super D is looking very sharp on the race post. We'll follow that now, as I think DRS should be available from this lap. We'll see how that happens. Behind him is Josh. He's fallen back by a second and a bit, and Manu even a bit further back. Razor, he's putting Manu under a lot of pressure. DRS is now available. Razor gets the fastest lap, 106.5. And here we go. This is the first time we'll see Josh with DRS, but he's a bit too far back. Let me go watch Razor. He also has DRS on Manu. He'll have to do it for the... Oh no, he's leaving it for nothing. No, he's just tucked in behind. That is sensible. If he gets the power on, he'll have a... Oh, gets the power on too early, Razor. Unlucky, buddy. He should recover from there. Razor can still salvage points from this. There's only 12 drivers remaining. Let's see other battles that are close. It's 0 behind Yaku. Yaku's looking pretty sharp tonight. He's got to make those softs work for him though at the start. I don't know what tyre is looking like on the softs. They should have a couple of laps left in him. The safety car should have helped the soft runners as well. But a 0's right behind him. As we see a lot of battling here. Ooh, someone's in the pits. That's Manu. He is, what does he go on to? He goes on to the mediums. And so does Ruan. Both started on the softs, going on to the mediums. And we already have a penalty, 3-second time penalty for 0 to cool. That'll be for track limits. Let's see, where are the battles on track? This is Abilach just behind Quick Killer. No move there, but he'll keep fighting throughout the lap. This is for 8th place. We can see 7th place Tolman just ahead of them. Yeah, and this is the part of track where it's difficult to follow. Abilach seems to, I don't know if he's turning in a bit earlier or so. It just looks like it, but he's able to stay with Quick Killer, so that's nice to see. You'll get DRS now. Let's see if DRS helps him. 4/10 is the difference in time, and he's catching, but he'll have to tuck him behind. Oh, what a smooth throttle application. I think this has given him perfect drive. We see Abilach in the Red Bull, just goes around to the inside. Oh, Quick Killer late on the brakes. Ooh, slight contact there, but I think no damage from that. Maybe a bit naughty from Quick Killer. But I think all is fair, no damage yet. We want to see close racing, so these things will happen. We'll follow this battle a bit later on. Let's go to the front. It's Bob out in front. 10 laps into this race, still on mediums. Those mediums will still be comfortable, surely. Behind him, Super D hasn't given him any space to breathe. This is what we want to see. D, you keep pushing him. DRS open for D. Makes it easier to follow. Gets within 3/10, and then they have to brake and go all over again. But only 3/2. I think D's going to make the move now. He does move to the inside, and he's already gone before the corner comes. Nothing Bob can do about that. I think D just got brilliant drive out of that first corner. He had DRS, but Bob now gets DRS. I think he's just too far back this time, Bob, to contend, and we'll see now if Bob can continue the pace he's had today. If he's got the race pace as well, he might be able to stick with Super D anyway and continue this battle. That's what we want to see. And Josh, he slipped back from those guys. I think he was potentially maybe trying to make these soft tires last, so not pushing them too hard. Still a podium position and still 2 seconds back to 0 to Cool. And Carl Helsinger commenting here on the stream, he says, let's go 0. Hey, be smart, you have a better tire. Come on, boy. Yeah, he does. He's got a brilliant tire. He doesn't have to push too hard to chase Josh, I don't think. I think he can hang around for a few more laps. And a podium is possible there for Aston Martin. Very nice. Wezo, my man, from 11th to 5th. And it looks like he is just been taken over by Torment. Very nice driving, Torment. Looking pretty sharp in that Alpine, but Wezo might come back at him now as Wezo gets DRS. The gap is 4 tenths by the end of that little straight, so you'll have to be patient and try again, Wezo. Torment is making these soft tires of his work. First stint is looking beautiful. I think Torment also started some many positions down. Yep, it's saying 8 places up for Torment, so nice to see Torment fighting it out so well. And we'll follow that later. Wezo seems to have settled now for 6th. I don't know if DRS will help him. We'll see how that goes. Avilach a few seconds back from that battle. He's in 7th. That's a solid point so far. Told me before the race he would like to be somewhere around 5th, 6th, 7th. Right now, it's exactly where he is. So he did pass Quick Killer, but Quick Killer seems to be just using the DRS and the toe behind him to stay with Avilach. So that's very nice. Quick Killer, never back down, always keep fighting. And then we've got Yaku. He's already stopped. He is on new-ish mediums in 9th. Manu has also stopped. He's also on newish mediums. He's in 10th, the last of the point sitters. And then Ruan, he is also pitted. He's in 11th, so we'll see how that plays out later. Razor has just pitted, and he's on the mediums. Let's see if those should make it to the end, I think. Razor running, I think, 4th or 5th earlier and just dropped it and spun the car around, and now he's in 12th, but only 12 runners, which means points are available here tonight. Quick Killer now gets a time penalty as well, so those 3 seconds will be added to his race time at the end. Let's go to the front where Super D is looking feisty. Bob has gotten back into the lead. So apologies for missing that. Clearly Bob wasn't just going to take that lying down. They've, by the way, extended that lead to Josh now for 4.2, 4.3 seconds. Josh, I think, is probably going to start running out of tires. 0 now, all over the back of Josh. Josh, I think, is going to duck into the pits here. Oh, block Zero's line a bit, but he's in the pit lane. He's allowed to do that. Nothing wrong there. Zero moves into the podium positions. And Byron will like that, I'm sure. Oh, Torment, unlucky. 5-second penalty for speeding in the pit lane. And I think he's just shared those 5 seconds. So, he's going to move all the way down to 11th. And that is, I think, slightly unlucky for Mr. Torment, but we'll... so people will watch you later on this race. Let's see, where else is it close? So Ruan getting closer to Manu. Manu quite close. I beg your pardon. Josh getting close to Ruan. So Josh having pitted, his softs could go no longer. He's all the way down in 10th in terrible traffic. And that's released Zero. I think Zero is, I think, if he can make this stint last quite long, I think he might be able to negate that 3-second penalty he's got. Make that 6. That's what's going to cost 0 tonight. Sorry to say for the 0 supporters out there. 6-second time penalties is going to be a lot to compensate for. As we watch this battle, Josh gets DRS. Ruan has got DRS. He's going to try and move around the outside, but sensibly lets Ruan take that line and then have another go. It's hard to overtake someone when they also have DRS. And we see Ruan goes on the inside of Manu. Does he stick it? Yes, he does. Oh, Manu nearly takes off Josh's wing. But I think we all got away with that. And now it's Manu with DRS on Ruan. Oh, they're going to go for a move. Manu late on the brakes. Going to try the switcheroo. But he tucks in behind Ruan. And Josh gets a better drive there. But not the type part of the track where you can really battle it out and try too many moves. This is the battle for 8. Yeah, Josh is on much newer tyres. He'll be able to push a bit harder than these guys. Gets DRS now. And this time he is catching. Will be late on the brakes. They've got to be careful here. Oh, Manu has to go the long way around, but clean enough, I reckon. There we go. Josh has to fight his way back up the field. 0 needs to try and catch the guys in front. And meanwhile, Bob and Super D, they are just extending their lead quite nicely. They are not letting each other go. It's 6/10, half a second. And now Super D will have DRS as well. He's got a fair bit of ERS saved up as well. He's got way more ERS than Bob, so he'll dump it all now, and he has to, as he just flies past. Beautiful overtake. Saved his ERS for the right time. By the way, further back, Manu now gets a time penalty. The guys are starting to rack up these penalties. Bob now with DRS, but he will not have enough straight here to catch up to Super D, as we see. Oh no, is that Ruan? Ruan must have had an incident. We see yellow flag, sector 2. Must have just lost the rear, done a beautiful pirouette, faced the right way again and carried on driving. Let's go back. Where are the battles out on track? We've got Super D. We saw him take the lead again. They carry on for another lap as we start lap 20. We are definitely now in the second half of this race. And it's just a lap after lap, corner after corner. That's what Austria is all about. Drivers love it. It's a very rewarding track. Ooh, 0 to cool into the pits, onto the soft. 16 laps to go. Ooh, that's going to make him feisty towards the end. Josh, by the way, has gotten through, so the undercut has worked beautifully for Josh. Josh does have a set of mediums to make last very long, as we see Bob get very close to Super D at the end of that DRS section within 3/10, 3.5 now. He's trying to follow him through this final sector, and I wonder if any of these two gents are going to pop into the pit soon for a brand new set of softs. D seems to be suggesting us that as he's on that inside line. They're both pitting. Ah, that's interesting. Now, quick killer, by the way, time penalty. And get to that 79 kilometer an hour rev limiter. And Super D, the first one to get into this box. Bob will have to tuck behind him. No changes there. Avila, who hasn't stopped, he is now our race leader. Nice to see you out in front, Avila. He's also lost quick killer about 4.5 seconds now. So he settled into a nice race pace, I think. Wezo now gets a time penalty. These time penalties are now becoming a thing. I'll give you an update on those just now. As things stand, let's see who hasn't stopped. Where do I get to stops? There we go. It's only Avilach who hasn't stopped. He leads the race. Let's see where I think he'll come back into this race. Ooh, 10th, 11th, I reckon. As he goes another lap, if he's got the tyres to do, he may as well, I think, at this rate. Let's talk penalties. 0 on those softs for the 0 supporters out there. Kyle and Byron, your man just got a fastest lap of the race. Oh no, we haven't seen you talk about the Red Bulls for a while. Not sure, it's a Red Bull day at the moment. Nice safety car would help Avilach now to get a cheeky pit stop. Let's see. Razor gets a time penalty. Oh dear, they are racking up. Let's go through the time penalties. Avilach, our current race leader, only man who hasn't stopped, 3 seconds. 0 with a lot of support from the crowd, 6 seconds unfortunately. Wezo's got 3 seconds, Ruan 3 seconds, Manu 3 seconds, Razor 3 seconds. Quick Killer, he's got 6 seconds, so you'll not sure how much that'll matter towards the end. I think Torment might catch him anyway. Torment has 3 seconds though. The easier I should have done earlier is to say who doesn't have penalties. Yaku Nagel is running in 2nd place in this race. Well done for him, although it looks like Super D is catching him at a rate of knots. Yaku, by the way, he's got no penalties. Nice clean driver. Yaku showing that off again tonight. Super D been on absolute form. He's got no penalties on those softs. He will catch Yaku very easily. Behind him is Bob on the softs. They will also catch Yaku, no problem. Behind him is Josh on the mediums. And Josh is looking very competitive in this sector of the race. Yeah, let's follow Super D as he is closing in on Yaku. Yaku's put these tires on quite a while back. 11 lap old mediums. They are going to be nothing for 1 lap old softs. D's got to be so careful not to lose his wing here. He's got to be patient. Wing intact, DRS open. He does get past. And Bob would have been desperate to have also gotten past. This is a dream restart for Super D. As 0 gets another penalty. 9 seconds for 0. Bob, only 1 corner, 1 straight, and he is also now past Yaku. Gives each other a fair amount of space. That's nice to see. They both have DRS, so they'll drag each other to this final corner. Not quite side by side. Bob is ahead and he gets the move done. And our race leader order is restored for now. Super D in front, driving a super race as well in that Alpine. Beautiful car, beautiful drive. Bob behind him with the best colored rims in Formula 1. In the Alpha Tauri, he is in 2nd. He is within half a second of Super D. He can see right up his exhaust. And he gets DRS. And this start-finish straight is not the one where you generally get the move done, but you get another bootload of DRS. Gets perfect drive there. D must have made a mistake. And Bob is passed. Very nicely done by Bob, but now they'll swap DRS privileges, and D with almost no ERS is not going to be able to fight this. He's going to have to build his ERS up for the next few laps, and we'll see how that goes a bit later on. Josh has gotten back into the podium seats on 8 lap old mediums. They should go to the end no problem. 0 to cool does have a problem. because of his 9-second penalties, and he instead of looking forward at some point in this race, is going to start looking backwards as well, because only 4 seconds behind him is Wezo in the only running Mercedes. No radio complaints from any Mercedes driver of people being dangerous in fast corners tonight. And Wezo, a bit of a solitary race at the moment. He just needs to keep it clean, keep it smooth, catch up. As we see Avilach now in 6th place. He has pitted and he's in 6th. On brand new softs to the end of this race. Behind him, Jaco Nagel on brand new softs to the end of the race. And this is very nice from Avilach, making that first stint work for him. And yeah, 10 seconds between him and Wezo, but much newer laps. I would say these last 10 laps are going to be quite exciting. Let's see where this goes. Some points maybe in there for Red Bull after all. Like we said, Jaco just pitted behind Avilach. He's in 7th, looking good for some good points. Quick Killer, I think he also had a penalty issue. Yep, also 9 seconds. So we'll see where that goes later. Jaco, by the way, still no penalties from him. That's going to be important in this mid-pack, because it means the guys behind him cannot pass him. It means Jaco can get a point. Steal some points from Avilach towards the end of the race just by following him at this distance. Let's see who finishes up the points. Just behind Quick Killer is Manu. Manu's still looking quite sharp. And with DRS, he goes side by side with Quick Killer. They give each other a rub, I think. Very hard to tell from that angle. Yeah, Manu, very sensible there to let Quick Killer have that line. And we'll keep following this battle. That's about the closest on track at the moment. Just quickly behind him, finishing up the points, it's Tormund Kills. He had a nice drive as well in the first stint. I think he's from about 13th, 14th on the grid to 10th, so helping Alpine score points here tonight. And behind him, Ruan, he's stopped, I think, again, but he's on the softs, goes fastest lap of the race, 1:04.9. Times are ramping up now as the fuel loads get lower with 8 laps to go. And then Razor, he is running a fairly sad 12th at the moment. He's on softs. Can he catch Ruan? Can he catch Ruan and pass him? Can he catch Torment and pass him? He'll have to be pretty sharp, I think. Be a bit disappointed, Nicholas, with his race. He was doing much better early on, and one mistake in a pack where everyone is racing so closely can cost you dearly. The battle's out on track. This is Ruan. He is very close to Avilach. Seems to have a bit more pace than Avilach, and on these new softs towards the end of the race, he'll get DRS. And a lovely correction from Kyle. Got my back there on the stream. Kyle reminded me that we serve points up until position 12 this season. So that is right, you are, Kyle. So Razor will be disappointed, could have had more points, but in 12th he will still score a point, so that's good. As we see Jaco and Avilach continue this battle for 5th place. Yeah, and Jaco with no penalties, he'd love to get past Avilach, because if he can close within those 6 seconds of Wezo, there's the penalties on the screen now. If he can close it in those 6 seconds of Wezo, where there's a definite possibility for him to pick up 4th place here tonight. Oh, not with that. Commentator's curse for Yaku. Punchy on the throttle. On a very dodgy traction. Let's see, Zero, yeah, he's pitted again. He's on brand new softs. With 6 laps to go. He definitely had some pace early on. He's also got 9 seconds penalty, so not great for him to be in the middle of this pack, but maybe these soft tires help him to overcome that time penalty. There we go, in the front of the race. I see Bob has gotten past again. These guys are swapping punches. I think D might get a better drive here. Seem to upshift once or twice there to get the power down. And Bob will stay ahead for now. Lovely to see this battle that's been going since Q2 into Q3 to the start of the race. 2 or 3 safety car restarts, and they're still going at it on lap 31. 5 laps to go, and the podium positions have not changed, as I see big issues for Quick Killer, and I don't think he was the only driver involved in that. I don't see damage. I don't see damage for Manu. Nothing for Ruan. Yeah, we'll keep watching that a bit later. Super D within 4/10 of Bob in this DRS zone. And now it's about who gets the power down. Slightly different lines on this exit. Bob running out of ERS at the moment. Super D might want to save that for a lap or so that he can mount a proper attack. Let's go to the other battles on track. This is Yaku behind Torment. And Yaku now gets past. And in fact, Ruan had to hit the brakes hard there at the end. Ruan, as Torment now gets DRS again on Yaku, but I think Yaku's got the move down, no problems there. And Quick Killer, he's popped into the pits. Razor up to 11th. Manu in 10th. Let's go to the battle in front. Super D does have DRS. And he goes around the outside. And needs to get the power down now. I think Super D still has way more ERS. He'll have to use that, I think. And he does. Overtake button deployed. Trying to get away. And he does. The race leader changes again with 3 laps to go. Lap 33 out of 36. It's Super D. It's Bob. And it's Josh Willis. Those are your podium positions right now. Hasn't changed since the start of this race very much. Except that this time Super D is ahead of Bob. Ooh, another... Is that... Torment? Yeah, it's Torment. He seems to be missing... Oh, a whole lot of front wing. That's a pit stop. That's a pit stop coming. I can't see... Oh, Manu is also slow. No, Manu looks okay, I think. Virtual safety car. Virtual safety car. Wow, 2 laps to go in a virtual safety car. I don't know if anybody really needs to pit or has to pit with only 2 laps to go. Virtual safety car does, of course, give opportunities. You've got to watch your delta. You can't get too close to your delta, otherwise you can't necessarily put the power on early enough when you see the virtual safety cars ending. So Super D will have to manage that nicely. Josh, how far is he back? 6 seconds back from the leaders. Wezo still looking sharp there in 4th. Avilach still in 5th. Ooh, Manu, 20-second time penalty for speeding under the virtual safety car. Oh, unlucky. Oh, Manu in the wall as well. Manu was running so nicely in 9th, I think 8th eventually at one point. And I can't tell, I think we are racing again. Yes, we are. And Josh has closed up on Bob. Bob has lost a bit to Super D, and with only 2 laps to go, D will have to try push really hard now. He'll have to try keep it if he can stay out of DRS. Manu with another penalty. Not looking great for Manu. Yeah, you can see the gap there. There's a back marker now and 1.5 seconds between our race leaders. Super D as dream come true for him right here, as he's about to start the last lap with a big gap between him and Bob. I'm not sure why Bob is 3 seconds behind. Oh, Bob's missing an end plate. Oh, devastating for Bob. And in fact, Josh's fight is going to fight with Bob now as they're on the final lap. AlphaTauri guys looking really sharp, but on the last lap, I fear Josh might get past Bob. I don't know how team orders work at AlphaTauri. That is not sure how that happened for Bob. I didn't see that incident on track. But it looks like Josh is settling in behind Bob. I don't think he's going to go past him. I think they'll just finish in formation. And our race leader being very careful around back markers. Yeah, ghosting is switched off, which means when you are overtaking the guy or lapping a driver, you do actually have to drive past him. When ghosting is on, you can just squeeze past him. As Bob now drives past Super D, has Super D run out of fuel? I'm not sure what's happened there, but it's Super D. He follows Bob. Bob takes the victory. I'm not sure what happened there. It's Bob, it's Super D, it's Josh, then it's Wezo, then Zero gets his 5th place. Avilach gets the 6th place he wanted. Yaku comes around with no penalties. Well done, Yaku. That is a 7th place. Ooh, Avilach, Ruan then 7th. Avilach with penalties drops down to 8th. As a Razor with plenty, some penalties, I think. Only 3 seconds. He should get his 9th place. That's points for Red Bull. And Quick Killer, he will cross the line. No, he won't. He's already crossed the line because he was lapped. And I'm just going to invite guys to the commentary box. So give me a second to do that. Yeah, apologies for that. Just inviting Bob, as we see there, and Super D.
How's it, Ron?
Hey, Super D, how you doing?
Brilliant, man. Yeah, it couldn't go better. Couldn't have gone better.
And Josh has also joined us in the party. Bob, are you on yet?
Did you send Bob an invite?
I did send Bob an invite. There we go. Bob, race pole and our race winner.
I think it's...
Can you hear us, Bob? Hey, how was that race? You guys swapped places like 10 times. I see you also had a end plate damage on the last, I think, lap 35 or so. What happened there? Yeah, because they're not ghosting now, eh? So you got to actually overtake them. And a lot of pressure from D. You seem to drive well, eh? Yeah. No, well done, guys. The top two on the perfect tires, perfect quali, and pretty much a perfect race. Well done. Fought for 36 laps. Mr. Super D,
Yes, Mr. Ron, what's
did you
up?
run? Did you run out of fuel, or how did Bob get past you in the last corner?
So I felt bad because all the what you call car that was in front of me, the lap car. So basically, he stopped in front of me, and I didn't know where to go, and I stopped, and Bob got damaged behind me because of that. And through good sportsmanship, I gave him the win.
Legend. Well done, mate. Well done. A very good racing as well, eh? Wow. Every time you got past Bob, he didn't let go. He got back past a lap or so. It looked like you guys were just exchanging uh,
Yeah,
traction
DRS is
zones and
powerful.
ERS and yo.
Yeah, DRS is powerful. It's very hard to get somebody out if you're more or less the
Mm.
same pace. To get somebody out of your DRS is extremely difficult.
Oh, no, well done, D. It was awesome to watch. It was awesome. 36 laps. I couldn't really go too far down the list too often. I had to keep coming back to the fighting front. Very nice to watch.
Yeah, no stress, mate. Hopefully we can do the same in Brazil.
Yeah, it's a similar-ish kind of track, corner after corner.
Yeah,
It's a little bit more technical, maybe, but yeah, we'll look forward to that. And Josh playing a very good team game here. Hey, just the Alpha Tauri scoring massive points tonight. No, nothing wrong with that. What I will say, Josh, is I think cementing your podium is your penalties. I think you only eventually in the end got a 3-second penalty. You were fighting zero, and he seemed to have the pace, but he had 9-second penalties, and that eventually made him go fifth. So kept it clean. Yeah, that's his problem. That's not yours. You did your job very well done. That's podium, and it was nice to have you guys in the comms box. Well done in the first race. Good points to start the season with. Uh, Bob, you're officially a championship leader, and Alpha Tauri, a massive lead in the constructors championship. Well done, guys. Good race.
yeah.
Perfect. That's it from us here. Premier Division FTRF1 Season 4. We'll see you next week. Same time, not same place. It'll be in Brazil. Cheers, cheers. Bye bye.